live.
And the advisory board. It's public. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you something in a minute. That's not the fire department. Where's the fire department? I'm too hard. The trustee. Trustees on it. It's the trustees building.
That's what I was thinking. Think about office there, don't it?
Yeah. That. Township had a thing
It's a little steep.
That makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. You guys been busy since it warmed up? Somebody's on board to start.
20 grand.
It's looking like
Maybe.
busy.
Huh?
Yeah, hopefully it stays this way for a while.
Yeah, till it warms up.
I would hope so, because I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, King Fire, 94,000.
Is that annual or that's total?
No, I'm sorry.
Don't know really.
That was the cash balance
It's,
in King Fire.
Jeff, I'll tell you later.
And just share them because they both asked me this morning.
Oh, it's on the back. Who brought it?
Understand, I know what the council and council's doing here. And I didn't listen to council.
So are you gonna read that total?
I shared it with the two of them. But that's about my next.
Interesting. Okay, it is time. If everyone will please rise, face the flag, and remove your hats for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First up, Nikki.
In your package, you should have several travel requests. The first is from the prosecutor's office for the office to travel to South Bend for the 2026 annual child support conference. The cost of the training is to be paid out of the child support incentive fund.
Second.
Unanimous.
The next is a request from the prosecutor's office in Nashville, Tennessee to attend the right. The cost of that training is to be paid out of or deferral account.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Unanimous.
And then I have several travel requests from the health department. I think there's 6 of them.
I don't have that.
Okay, I was afraid of that. These kind of came in late. These are their blanket travel requests for the year, similar to Jerry Shepherd. They have to do a lot of district meetings and trainings. They drive their health department vehicle, and we understand that they would have to notify us by email, so I can put that in a folder that they're leaving town.
I'll make a
No
motion.
cost other than the gas station.
I'll make a motion to approve those.
I'll second.
Unanimous.
6 ones there. Next, if you remember, about a year ago, I came to, actually Cody and I came to the commissioners at the recommendation of Shepherd Insurance with David Moore, that was recommending that we contract with a group called IMPG Risk Management Services to work specifically with law enforcement to help hopefully learn some new tools and tricks to reduce our liability risk. I have good news to share. So Cody, Jared Holwager, and I have been working with IPMG for the past year, and we began this relationship in an effort to lower our liability risk in both work comp and liability issues at the jail and sheriff's office. Thanks to the changes implemented by Cody Lau and Jared Holwager, we are starting to see the fruits of our labor. Our mod rate for this year is expected to be 1.02, and that's down from 1.46 in 2025. 2 weeks ago, I met with Phil from West Bend, and he commended the county on the work that they're doing to reduce those risks. Cody, Jared, and I are committed to continuing to make positive changes and being more fiscally responsible to you and the taxpayers. Our contract with IPMG is up for renewal, and we would like to ask that we continue to work with this group. We would like to shift the focus for 2026 to the jail. Cody's worked really hard on the law enforcement side, getting policies and procedures in place. He's got training, push out when we policies to the officers. Their program has a plan in place that just turn it on and let it do its thing and then sign off on it that they did it. There's, Cody could probably speak more to it, yeah. Yeah. So they really have to read it and hopefully implement it. But this coming year, we would like to training, the cost of that renewal. Council to seek the
I remember.
Rate, you said to in real dollars.
I don't know a rate. We were as high
As $1,000. Now we're back there.
indicated that
and other issue in the
I think it's
jail.
helping.
And so even if it's not fully paying out, it probably is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This one, lawsuit. These are 6 obscure companies that have been sued as part of the opioid litigation that's been ongoing across the state, across the country. There's a new settlement. There's about $97 million that's part of this settlement. As part of this, the county needs to sign a participation agreement. So I've just asked for approval from the commissioners authorizing me to sign that participation agreement.
Make a motion, will you, to sign it?
Second.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
You skip Cody.
You want?
You skip Cody.
Oh, Cody was already up here. Cody, back up here, bud. I thought you were done. I guess I.
He's got something on the bond.
I was here to speak on the go bond, but I've spoke with the auditor's office. I need to clarify some ideas before I bring them to you for any approval or clarification on that. So, but why I am here, we've worked a lot regarding the weather here lately on 700 West, so I wanted to ask your guys' consideration on maybe doing an ordinance for the normal flood areas that have the traffic control devices there, an ordinance where we can cite people under it. Is that something?
So it's funny you bring that up because I have a text message on my phone from a lady who said she received a bill for $1,900 for a water rescue, and her attorney has advised her that she needs to see a copy of our ordinance that's already in place to be able to bill for a water rescue. I thought we did have an ordinance for water rescue.
That would be a question probably for Alex. If there is an ordinance, I do not have a copy.
I was thinking we did one.
I'm
but
pretty sure we approved an ordinance for water rescue.
how
I'm
long?
under the assumption that the bill was from the fire department for the airboat and personnel.
I never got that information.
I would assume.
Yeah, I take that back. I did. It was for the airboat.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, we can decide on a state ordinance or state statute, I see go for code to obey traffic control device, but that money's not coming back to us for the services that the locals are putting into it, so.
I don't remember an ordinance since I've been here, and I've not been asked that question, so I'll have to look into it. But can you send me that text as a reminder?
Yes, I
Thank
will.
you.
That's all I've got.
So you're asking for an ordinance that will allow us, if we find them, that money will come back to the sheriff's department?
The Sheriff's Department, the way the ordinance could be written, and in my opinion, it could be however you guys deem it, as some of it go to the fire department, some of it go to law enforcement, because they're the main ones, or even some EMS would get split, in my opinion. But that's a decision for you guys.
Well, you guys are all there, so when you get called out.
Here's what worries me, and I don't know how this works. This is what you're gonna have to work through, because obviously this person already received a bill.
Right.
I'm assuming for the airboat, so I don't want them to get hammered with.
Right.
I mean, maybe they deserve it. I mean, if you really want to, but
Well, the citation could be.
this lady acted like her insurance was going to pay it. I was like, I can't imagine an insurance company is going to pay that.
If there was an ordinance that we could cite under, it could be a reasonable cost for them, just to, hey, next time, stop. Because, I mean, we're getting 15, 20 people out there risking their lives to save people that have made a poor decision to drive in the flood waters.
How many water rescues did you have last?
Water rescues on the last one, 7 or 8, for sure.
Okay, now I'm confused. You're asking for a new ordinance to do what? Because I'm thinking of your ordinance that you're talking about. You're asking for a new ordinance to do what?
To be able to cite offenders that do not follow traffic control devices for flooded roadways or roadway closed.
So kind of like what we did with the
No truck.
no truck. Okay.
And the money
All
comes
right.
back to the county versus.
Okay. Thank you for dumbing it down for me.
No problem.
You're good with the questions yet on the bond?
On the bond, yeah, I've got to get some clarification before I waste you guys' time on that and do anything. So.
Part-time's cheap. You're not really wasting it. See? Army contract.
I've reviewed it. It's okay. It's for the Army to lease the fairgrounds for April and a little bit of May.
The amount is $34,056.
We need to vote on that, Alex?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to sign that Army contract.
I'll second.
I'll make it unanimous.
Did you sign it?
Yep.
Okay.
What was the dates on that, Matt? April?
Shane, there we
April
April-
15th to May 27th.
Yeah.
So what is the start date of the fair this year?
June
So someone told me June 7th.
I think it is earlier this year.
June 7th.
Yeah.
That Army contract is getting really close to that fair date because people start bringing stuff in there.
It keeps moving a little later every year because April 15th to May 27th.
Here's what you can't do. You can't move the Army contract later and the fair earlier. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
They both went the same.
Well, good luck telling the Army to move their contract up. It ain't happening.
And good luck trying to move the fair. That's not happening either.
It's just gonna be a tight window.
Wow.
Better be fast cleanup.
Yeah. And hope there's no damage.
Speaking of the fair, how's the building coming? I haven't been out there.
They started putting metal on it today, so I was hoping the building was going to be done before the Army got there, but I don't think that's going to happen.
It'll be close.
Could be close. If they stay on it, it could happen. Okay. So, is there anything else from the crowd?
We had a quick question.
I'm glad to see youth come into these meetings. That's a great thing.
Gotta get her into it early.
Yeah, that's right.
First commissioners meeting.
We don't want to hear from you. Let her talk.
She's gonna clam up now.
We've been working on our farm animals house. But we're coming tonight representing the Open Showcase Committee that runs the Open Showcase building during the fair. And last year, one of the issues that we had run into, I'll let our chair, Holly, speak about that.
Last year, one of our issues was these light bulbs. We would turn them on in the building. They still work, but they would strobe. So we ran to like the last hour to hour and a half before fair because we were afraid to turn them on. Because at this point, we were afraid we were going to either have like some sort of medical emergency or something. Would we be able to have these either replaced or something that so we can turn our lights on this year during the fair so we don't have people just passing by?
So is it one particular bulb or is it every bulb in the building?
I don't know if it's all of them, but it's almost all the bulbs.
We just need to get Justin to go out there and check
Well, that
it
kind of
out.
makes me think it's not the bulbs though.
There's
Okay.
something else going on.
Yeah.
I guess,
I brought this one as an example because this one was just one of the broke ones we had that somehow didn't get thrown away to let you know what they look like as of this point.
yeah, but any guidance on how to,
So what is that building? Does it have a number on it?
I can't remember off the top of my head. It's the one directly across from the sheriff's and the junior leader.
So it's the first building in line right across from the bathroom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I know which one it is.
Yeah, we'll just have Justin Fox go out there and check it out.
I'll bet you money it's not the bulbs.
Yeah, that's a fair point if it's so many of them.
Yeah.
We would just like to be able to turn the lights on this year, truthfully.
Anytime you guys have something like that, try to bring it up like immediately, like at the
I was gonna
fair is
say-
fine. Like I'm out there every day, so if you guys see me, just let me know. We can get something like that fixed like really quick instead of like waiting until fair the next year.
Sounds good.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
You have fun? We got some claps going on. Thank you all.
I think JL had something, right? JL, come on up, JL. I think he needs to approval for a grant.
Yeah, I contacted the auditor's office last week, late, I think, and asked to be put on the agenda. I do have a support letter, and I'll just pass this stuff out so you guys can all look through it. Each year, I come asking for a
Thank you.
signature on a support letter for our community corrections grant, and that's what I'm here to ask for again this year. That's a copy of the letter. I also included a copy of our annual report that we just recently submitted to the state. If you guys need some light reading or whatever, feel free to look through that. But basically, I'm here to ask for your support in our grant submission for community correction programming to fund the electronic monitoring work release program at Jackson Community Corrections.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
I don't know if you have the answer for it, but I won't know until I ask you. So I heard a rumor that you guys were suffering a little bit on trying to keep up with what costs are to keep your facility open. Is that true?
The funding is getting tight. The state is going ultimately by for this grant year for 2027 is what we're applying for. They've reduced our funding by $20 million. The allotment was supposed to be $72 million, but we're down to just a little over $52 million. They've decreased it by $19.7 million over the last 2 years. I don't know why that is. I have a feeling I know why it is, but I don't know for certain. Certainly, I will say the DOC commissioner's not on my Christmas card list. Neither would the governor be.
Am I on your Christmas card list?
Absolutely.
I hope so.
If you
You're
can
moving on down.
Yeah, moving on down.
Sounds like a good place.
Yeah.
Straighten out, I'd appreciate it. I've talked to Jim Lucas and Dave Hall, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to move on up on your Christmas list because here's the question. Here's the reason I asked that.
Yes.
Because this has been good for Jennings County and trying to keep our jail populations a little bit lower, is there not a way that we can funnel some of this opioid settlement money to help
Ooh.
with cost for that?
Probably if you, because you do have some in-house drug treatment programs over there, don't you?
Yeah.
Probably if we could make sure it's allocated for that, with the restricted money, I'm sure we could use that. But
Am I number one yet?
You're moving up.
let me explore that.
Well, I mean, we've got some money there that we don't know what we're going to use it for.
So we had sent out a directive, the way I understand it, for this money to be spent in a certain way. And from what I'm hearing, hardly any of it to date has been spent, correct?
As far as I know, it hasn't been.
So if they're having problems figuring out how to spend it, and you need it, and you're offering what we're wanting to have done, and you're having money problems, why would we not explore that?
Well, I would be grateful, I assure you. And you'll notice in the letter, I did put in the letter, and I put in our annual report, we supervised 256 individuals from Jennings County last year, over the course of the entire year. So some of those folks wrapped up their sentence from 2024 into 2025. Some people near the end of the year began their sentence. So ultimately, it's a total of 256. And so I feel like that's a pretty good number. I know Judge Bride at the circuit court, she certainly sends us multiple people every year. And so we do try to do our part.
Refresh me one more time on how many beds is allocated for Jennings County.
So there are 150 beds total, and you guys have a third of those beds. You can use a third of those beds. So right now, you've got about 32, I believe is what it was this morning when I checked, 32 beds occupied. So
In the work release program.
in the work release program alone, yeah. So, yeah.
It's definitely worth checking into.
Anything we can do to help, we're happy to do it.
I'll make a motion to sign a support letter.
Second.
Unanimous.
I just need, if you guys want to sign one for me and sign one for the auditor, that'd be, just need all three of them. I appreciate it.
We can just leave ours there if you don't want to mess with that one.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, right
That's
there,
fine.
that'd be good.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, JL. Anybody else in the crowd got anything? I see Geneva Fire Department here. You guys got something?
Yeah, supposedly I was put on the docket for tonight.
It doesn't matter. You're not on here, but that's fine. I recognize you, so you're good.
Well, it's pertaining to a new roof on the fire station. I went to county council last week and they told me to come back here tonight. They approved up to $25,000 on the roof because we're looking right at 50 grand to get the roof replaced on it. So what do you guys, information do you need from me? You need to see quotes?
I guess I'm.
Can I ask a question real quick? Because I didn't watch the council meeting. Council controls the money. So why did, maybe you know this, Amy, why were you sent to the commissioners?
They just said that you guys had to put your blessing on it.
I think it's because he went to council first.
That's where I
Okay.
was told to go
All right.
first. So.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just confused
Because
why
normally
you're
it
coming
comes
to the
here.
county to ask for money to replace the roof on the
Well, because
township.
Money's tight to keep the doors open on the firehouse.
How much money do you got?
We've got enough money to pay for all of it, but at the end of the year, we're going to run extremely tight. Just to keep our doors open out there for this year alone, it's going to cost us over $40,000 just to keep the doors open.
Can I ask, because the trustee owns that building, correct?
True, the trustees.
The township trustee owns the building.
Township owns it.
Is the trustee not paying for the new roof? Is he leaving that to the fire department?
When the trustee, what he is allowed to use our accumulative fund to pay for those things.
Right.
But we are trying to not touch our accumulative fund because of truck repairs, new equipment, turnout gear. We've got 2 new guys coming on the department. I mean, there's 10,000 right there just putting in gear. So we try not to touch that because we got a truck that's 15 years old now, our lead-on engine, and we're going to have to look at replacing that in another 4 or 5 years at somewhere of a cost between $800,000 and $1 million. And I've got $94,000 in that account now, so there's no way that I'm going to come up with that kind of money in the next 4 or 5 years if we keep depleting it on the bill.
How old is that building?
We moved in there in March of '98.
Is it a shingle roof or a metal roof?
So do you just got, I mean, is it rusting? Is it a couple screws leaking? I mean, what's going on?
We have replaced screws and we still have leaks. When the building was built, the company that done it didn't do the greatest job in the world putting that on. There's a lot of screws out there that don't even touch permits. So we have caulked around and we've replaced screws, and we've still got numerous leaks on the building. The gutters are rotting off of it. We didn't find that out till we had some other gutters put on a few years ago, and the guy told us after the fact that the gutter boards were in bad shape, which should have been fixed where he put his gutters on, but he did not.
The only thing that scares me is the county already did the deal with the insurance, and the insurance every year has just skyrocketed.
I know.
So we've got that, and then isn't the council already giving each fire department $20,000 a year? The volunteer fire departments?
From Dwight money,
Yeah,
we get 40,000.
40,000.
That's what we signed last week, remember?
I thought it was 20.
No.
Yeah. So you're already getting 40, and then we're picking up all the insurance.
You have 94,000, you said,
In that cumulative fund.
and then you have other funds?
In our checking, yes. Like I say, we're setting right now for the year, we're setting right at 70,000 for the year in checking. But I know that I've got to pay out a minimum of $40,000, and that doesn't include any truck maintenance, pump test, air pack test, air quality checks. It doesn't include any of that.
And the trustee has no extra money in there whatsoever.
He said there was a chance there's something new that they come up with. It's money that looks like that he's not going to spend if he says, well, I've got something that I can't spend that on, so the state don't take it back. He might be able to come up with something at the end of the year, but that's only a possibility.
Who's the trustee now?
Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly?
Alex, they can't apply for some kind of grant for that.
I'm not gonna say they can't, but I don't know any off the top of my head. Maybe Homeland Security might
So
have
that
one.
number that you pulled up right there, is that the trustee's account or is that their account?
Townships.
And can any of that be used for this? Or can it not be used for?
The trustee would be the one to ask.
Have you, you said you guys.
Yeah, I talked to him,
I have not asked, no.
because most of his is spent on Port Relief. That's where his money goes to.
So is each one of those to the left, that print's too small, I can't read it, is each one of those a category of,
Mhm.
so he has a fund for poor relief, correct?
Mhm.
Does he have a fund for fire protection?
Yes.
Mhm.
What's that number?
We get.
The print's like, I need
We
one.
get 32.5 a year. We've already received our first installment, so we have another 18,000 coming in December. We get it in, usually in May.
48.9 was at the end of the year. In the firefighting fund.
So,
This is, I'll talk. This is, so they have all called me this week about this.
not me, I didn't know about it.
Okay, fine. These two have called me this week. The end of year cash balance for the township for 2025 was $411,000. And I understand that's, the fire department's not the only thing that the township has that money for, but that's a lot of cash the township is sitting on. Ultimately it's up to these three guys, but I'm struggling as a taxpayer if, the counties, all of government is tight. All local units of government are tight on their budgets right now. But if there's $411,000 in cash in Geneva Township's, it's public record.
Well, if there is,
And
we weren't told that as the fire department and that there was any money that he could spend on the fire department.
Right, I mean, you said 94,000, that was in the Cume Fire.
It's in the community fire fund.
And then in the firefighting fund, there's 48,000, there's 49,000.
Yeah.
At the end of last year.
We contract for 32.5 a year.
Right. So, but there's, even if you take those out, there's still, I'm not a math guy, 300,000 roughly that's there in Geneva Township. So I don't have a dog in this. This is their decision, but as a taxpayer, I am struggling with that. If I were in their shoes, I'm struggling with that.
Well, I would like to know what happens to that money myself, because it does not, none of it ever comes back to the department. I don't know where it is.
So how much has he got set aside for poor relief? What was that number?
$102,000.
So if there were 300,000 total, and he's got 102, and then all that other stuff they've already received, there should still be over $200,000 available to be able to replace the roof.
I'd say that's news to me. 'Cause it,
I could tell by the look on your face when he said it, you kind of went,
normally, the person that owns the building would be the one heading this up, but he's not. So, which is the township. That's why we're here. Because he put his blessing on me and said, good luck. So, here I am.
So did you have did you have a professional look at the roof to see if it could just have like all the screws removed and be repaired? Or
Had
does
two
it,
different companies look at it, and they both said the same thing, it needs to be replaced. Because there's structural work that needs to be done underneath as well. Like I say, it's within the last 3 years, we have replaced all of the screws, caulked everything that we could, and it's not stopping the leaks.
so I guess you have three options. One, you can vote no. Two, you can vote yes up to 25,000 because it's the council what they said. Or three, you can table it and talk to the trustee and ask for some guidance as to why he can't pay for it out of the 200,000 of unallocated funds.
Well, I mean, I agree they should be looking into another way to pay for it, but to me, the only way we should be even considering paying for it if it was a public safety issue and it was the only way they was going to be able to stay open and he still has enough money in there, he's just using it as a fund in case he needs it. And, you know, it's no different in my business. Sometimes I got to pull money where I don't want to pull it. He's just saying, what if?
To be clear, my point was just to say because your point is I don't want to touch cume fire. And I get that.
Well, let
But-
me
but there-
kind of
but-
explain how that cume fire works.
Well, I understand how it works, but my point is according to what the trustee reported to DLGF, there is more cash in the township elsewhere that's not cume fire. That's my point.
Like I say, the thing that we run into with the trustee, he owns the building, but we are the ones that pay for everything that goes wrong in that building. It always comes out of our cume fire money. Never comes out of any township, it comes out of cume fire. So that's always been our issue, that if we replace your roof, he's gonna take 45,000 out of cume. That's where it's gonna come from. Then I have to go buy gear. Before long, we're back down to almost nothing in the cume.
So it sounds to me like it's a communication issue more than anything. We need to communicate to him that the building is his and the maintenance is his and it shouldn't come out of cume fire because you guys need that for your operating. Cume fire is your operating fund, basically.
Well, that's the equipment fund, yes.
Yeah.
Like I say, equipment is not cheap, and it keeps going up every year.
So,
If you could get him to understand that, that would be great.
So you're saying, Alex, you don't see any reason why legally that other 300,000?
I don't know.
Okay.
200 because 100 is already allocated for poor relief.
To be fair, I don't know. I don't represent
Right.
Geneva Town. I represent a couple townships, but I don't normally get in the weeds with budgets. It's more on the drafting contracts for cross township fire protection. But as it looks to me, there's money elsewhere in the township's accounts that maybe could be used.
I mean, bottom line, there's $400,000 in that account. He needs a $50,000 roof. Stands to reason there should be $50,000 somewhere to.
Based on what
To pay
is
the
reported to the state.
Well, it's the trustee's job to try to make it happen.
So my suggestion is we're not officially saying no, but we send you back to the trustee for clarification. He needs to tell us why he can't pay for that roof out of that.
So do you need him to come to a meeting and explain?
That'd be a good
That's
idea.
probably what he needs to do.
Okay. When is your next meeting?
Well, thankfully, they're morning meetings after this one.
What shift does he work at Lowe's?
He works days.
That's going to be a problem next meeting now. Because our
What
next
day
meeting's at
does he
9
work
o'clock
that
in the
weekend
morning.
shift, the 312s?
I think he works Monday through Thursday. I'm not sure, but I think he still works Monday through Thursday.
April 9th, the next meeting.
April 9th is the next meeting
I will tell him.
at 9 a.m. I mean, is that what you guys are thinking? I mean, you thinking the same thing, or?
I mean, we need more information than what we got to spend that kind of money.
Well, I hope you can convince him of it.
So I would request that we make a motion then to table it until we get a chance to talk to the trustee.
I'll make a motion to table.
I'll second it.
Unanimous. Thank you guys for what you do. I mean, I get it. You're out there doing what nobody else wants to do and doing it for free.
Your own money. So-
I know, I get it. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When you say the trustee owns the building, is that him personally?
No, it's the
The township.
township
Okay, so
trustee.
if
Township
somebody else was elected township, they would own the building.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Anybody else got anything? Go ahead.
Why would the county even consider replacing a roof on a building they don't own?
That's been our question from the start of it.
I mean, I need a new roof on my garage, you wanna help me out?
Well, it's kind of not the same thing because yours is your private roof and that's,
I
their.
understand that, it's, like Alex said, it's taxpayer money being used for something that should be fixed by the person that owns the building, or the entity that owns the building. If there's already a government entity owns the building, then they should replace the roof, not another government entity.
You're not gonna get any arguments out of us. I mean, I think we kind of all were thinking the exact same things.
Okay, I just want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
But do we know, excuse me, can I say something?
Yeah.
Do we know what the budget is for the trustee's office?
Yes.
No, Don.
He had it.
No, I mean, what does he allocate it out for the year? I mean, yeah, he might have 400,000 sitting there, but what's he got allocated?
We had his actual budget pulled up here.
No.
It showed his poor relief.
It was his annual financial report from 25. I did not look at the budget.
Thank you.
I did not look at.
So
the
that
budget.
wasn't the budget, that was the,
That was the DLGF, the state mandated report. It's an annual report.
do we have access to his budget?
I will try to find it. I believe we do, but it,
I would say you'd have access to it when the trustee come in on the 9th.
He's got Gateway pulled up, so.
Okay. I'm just saying, look at all aspects.
All I can tell you is that's a huge amount of money
Yes.
for a trustee to have, because like my wife is a trustee in Columbia Township, and I think the most I've ever seen in her account was like 30,000.
I was gonna say,
30,000.
I've been on the Campbell Township, and it scared me when I seen what Alex had up.
I would,
I think they increased their cash budget in 2025, from what I remember in the paper.
What worries me is if you do one, what's
Yep.
the next?
Yeah.
Yep. So what worries me is because we already agreed when they were having problems 15 years ago that we were going to do that. We were going to bundle the fire department's insurance in with ours up to $60,000, and that's already grown now to, I believe, close to 100 grand, right?
80 something, I thought.
So, so we was already doing that, and then because we were in decent financial shape, the council was giving them 40,000. So this is even more on top of that. That's what bothers me.
And that just increased last year, council increased it because it was 30.
And now it's 40.
and if they do have a over budget like that, maybe they should go ahead and put out the 50,000 for the entire roof. I mean, they can own the building. The trustee does own the building.
Well, it's the township's responsibility. It's their building, and
Yeah.
that's just the way I see it.
I just think when it comes to tax dollars, the county ought to be the last place you come to look for money for something.
Wasn't 50. The council agreed to go to 25, up to 25, but the quotes were either 35 or 37. I'll say with no bid. I mean, where's the bid?
I think they had like 3 different quotes that they gave council.
Where are
First
they?
Choice Construction was one of them. I could probably tell you if I go get my
A
notebook.
rumor has it they weren't bid equal anyways. One
No,
of them
they
did
weren't.
gutters, one of them did something else. It wouldn't even work.
No, they weren't accurate quotes. They weren't the same quotes. It wasn't a bid.
One had gutters, one didn't.
One had standing seam.
Those requests, though, are not unusual. I can tell you in Scott County, I mean, the trustees will say, hey, I've got X amount of dollars, and they find their way either coming into redevelopment or somewhere trying to find funds to help supplement what they need. I mean, it's a tough deal.
That's what was budgeted.
But I agree with
In the
you.
year balance.
So how does he have $152,000
But they're setting their
budgeted for King Fire?
Well, because they'll bring in,
Behind the building.
in last year, they brought in $80,000.
What it comes down to.
Okay,
It's
that's
their building, it's
75.
their responsibility to budget, but
The trustee.
That's what they fixed that $411,000. And if they're spending it on something else, then shouldn't come back.
What's the general debt?
There's a debt line, there's a debt fund. I didn't see a budget for the debt, but that's been the debt in the debt fund for the last few years. It's $1,100.
Okay. Well,
I agree, Greg. You're absolutely right. They're just flush with it seems that they're flush with cash, I think is the concern.
that's a nice problem to have, I thought. Apparently, in this case, it's a curse. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Buford, do you have something?
Couple things here. Okay, I was in here last meeting. Here's what we got. I've got quite a few questions, but I've been told to get an attorney out on that. Okay, so here we go. On Clearwater, my driveway is the final driveway on Clearwater, and that's accessible on Clearwater. And then from my driveway around to another road behind my property, I own property on both sides of the road that was actually abandoned or vacated, or whatever you want to call it. And there's kids riding four-wheelers on it, and I was told I could block it off. I blocked it off, and now it's come to pass that an individual says that this had nothing to do with Clearwater. He said that I shouldn't block it off because I don't have the right. Well, I was told that I did. I won't go into names or anything, but I just wanted to get clarification on center line. Center line says that the road, I own on the left and I own on the right, it goes to center line. Center line goes through the county. The county was to divert it or send it on a deed for my property. And I was just wanting to know what we was going to be able to do with this. And then that way I can actually close the road or close the pathway, because they're really not using the road that was abandoned over 30 years ago. I have trees and everything that's over 30 years old in this road. They're actually coming up onto my property and riding along the side of my property to go through another set of trees so they can get out onto the road. I put pylons on the entry between the two trees, and they just moved them out of the way. And this is where I'm at right now. I'd like to maybe try to get some word on what we can do.
So the
with that.
quote-unquote roadway that you say is closed and it's got trees growing up in it,
Right.
are there any other properties beyond that that would have to use that right of way to get to those
No.
properties?
No.
So I'm gonna let you advise us.
Buford, you said you had an attorney?
Not on this, because I was told.
Well,
But I can
to me,
do
what
that.
it, well,
I
to me,
have
what
an
it
attorney
said,
for other things that was considering on different issues of the roadways and property of how roads were closed it's different issues.
Yeah, and to be fair, I haven't been out your way in a while, but
Right.
if
Well, what I'm doing is I'm buying property out there, and I'm trying to make it nicer than what it is, because there's such a misinformation about the whole place. that
Yeah.
We need to get it maybe lined in a little bit better and cleaned up a little more than what it already is. It's starting to get cleaned up. And I'd like to, make something out of that. I'd like to open a little drive-through store and convenience store and stuff to try to get this stuff going.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we gonna do? If everybody out there is trying to bump heads because you're trying to clean something up, well, you don't get to do that. This is the property that I'm purchasing. You don't need to be telling me how to do my private property, just like I don't tell them how to do their private property. And it's just situations that you guys have dealt with a lot in your time, I'm sure of it, but I'd like to maybe see what we can get done about it.
Well-
And as far as,
well, what I remember when I looked at the map of that, it's a platted county road through there. When the development was created,
It's not a county road.
It's not a county. Yeah, it's not a county road.
Private road.
It's private road.
right,
I mean, you'd have to look at the covenants to see if there's a way to vacate that plat. It's not
Right.
something the county can.
well, so I talked to property, I talked to Marie Shepherd, and I talked to the office behind me here, and that's where I was at. I went to the minutes and tried to find the information out of the minutes. Not possible. It's just not possible. I mean, that's why I've got an attorney to make it possible for them to actually go back and see when this was actually allocated and stopped. To sit there and say that there's a road that's been condemned or vacated or turned into a private road, that takes a committee. That takes a group of people to say, okay, yeah, fine, okay, no, it's not.
But
And
one
the
thing,
minutes-
one thing we was gonna tell you last time,
Okay.
with it being the private road, that road was never a county road, ever. So we didn't vacate anything. That development was built, somebody platted it off. I don't know who
Well,
voted to take the roads over, but when we took them over, they, I guess, pick and chose which ones they were gonna take. The road you're referring to was never a county road, so that's why I was saying it's going to be you're going to get an attorney. If there's nobody else that's using that, maybe he could help you get where you could abandon that. But personally, the county never had anything to do with your road ever.
okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay, let me say this real quick, Mike. I understand what you're saying, but I have an address on this road that says 95 North, County Road 95 North. That's my address for one of my properties. Now, how can it be 95, County Road 95 North if it's not County Road 95 North?
Well, there's a line there where they chose to take it back whenever it was. I can't give you that answer because it was done probably when I was a kid or before.
According to what the docket says, the road actually goes, 95 North goes all the way across from point A to point B landing in my driveway. Straight road.
Like I said, I got to see the map in front of me to know where the county, where our lines are. But we've looked at it a dozen times. So, like I said, if it's on our road, you can't do anything with it. But if it gets past there, that's between you and whoever else owns property there that's platted onto that old road.
Okay.
It was those property owners. They have to take care of that. We can't get on it. It's illegal for us to even do anything.
But if your issue is they're not even using what's quote unquote the road,
Oh, no,
they're on.
this is a different road that he's talking about. Now, when I say that they're not using the road, that's at Clearwater. That's next to my driveway. It goes on up onto my property, and I own everything on that whole area out there.
Is Clearwater the one that loops around?
No, that's 95 North, but you say it's not 95 North.
Well, somebody says it is, but where our line is it. We get state funding to that certain point, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Property, yeah. Property, yeah, absolutely. Maybe check on the property. I don't know. Now, I'm out of Geneva Township. asking all the questions that you need the township, but I figure if I can talk to you guys, maybe we can get something done, I don't know. As far as the, road for the, abandoned road, I don't see any problem with that. Just get actually the center line placed back on my deed. I don't see a problem with that, because it's not costing anybody anything.
We don't have anything to say about that, so as far as we're concerned, that's,
Yeah,
if you own on both sides of it, in my opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, I think you technically own it, but I don't know.
Well, as long as nobody else is back there.
Yeah, but he said there wasn't, because I asked that
Well, I
question.
don't know if there is or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can go out there and check, really, I mean, take a drive out, you know? The highway department, you know, they got vehicles, or you got vehicles that you can maintain, you know, to do the things you need to do in the county. Go out and check it, drive up there and see. I've already redone the whole entire road up to that point, and of course, the first person in the driveway there, or in the roadway at Clearwater, you know, he said to stay off his property, so I don't do anything with that end of the road. So, you know, it's just issues that they have, I guess. But, you know, like I said, clean it up, you know, if we're gonna clean it up, but they got to come out. You know, that's the way it goes. We need to clean the place up.
So is there anything that you feel like that we can help you with today? Because it doesn't sound like there is.
Okay, if it doesn't sound like there is, then that's fine.
Tell me what you're.
About the, Indiana law says that, you know, if the center point is the only thing that the county owns, there's no reason why it couldn't be transferred over to.
And that's on Clearwater.
Yeah, it's on Clearwater, yes, sir.
But
We don't own the center point.
But what we're telling you is we have no authority over that because that is not a county road.
Okay.
Am I right, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, it's a private road. We don't own the center of that road.
Who does have that?
You're gonna have to go back to the original plat when it was platted. He says it's a, what'd you say it was? Not an HOA. Not an HOA, but
That's right, no, it's not an HOA.
But when it was originally developed, whoever developed it would have recorded a plat that subdivided all of the land into different lots, and that would be where you need to start. If I had to guess, I don't know.
and that was before my time, so.
Okay,
I too,
yeah.
but if I
Everybody's time.
if I had to guess,
I mean, I think it's back to 1889, if I'm not mistaken.
So the lots you're talking about that you own both sides,
Yeah. It's more
There-
than
there's-
it's the whole road.
there's there's nobody behind you.
No, there's nobody behind me.
Well, then you own both sides of the road.
That's exactly.
I don't know
right.
what you're asking.
Well, the people, here's what I'm saying. The people are driving on my property.
They're trespassing.
Well, then you need to call the sheriff.
They're trespassing.
Thank you.
That's a sheriff issue.
So,
hang on. Let's not get into they're trespassing. They may be trespassing, so call the sheriff. You're not a lawyer, don't say that.
I thought I just said that 2 minutes ago.
I know, but then you said they're trespassing. They may be trespassing, call the sheriff.
okay, here it is.
I mean, could an attorney not get the private road taken away?
Center line of the road.
If he went and hired an attorney, if it's considered a private road and he owns both sides, could they not do something?
Maybe.
I mean, to me, that's what he needs to do, but.
The way I understand it, I wouldn't have to have an attorney for it. That's why I'm asking this question, because I was advised. But I was told by.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
If it were a county road,
That's right.
you could ask, it's a written petition you'd have to file. You could petition the commissioners to vacate the county road, and then it would become become part of the property that's surrounding it. But it's not a county road, so you cannot petition us to vacate a road that's not the county's.
Okay, great. All right, that would be fine for me. Yeah, that'd be perfect. So.
Okay?
I mean, if it's a county road, we'd be more than happy to help you out, but we don't.
I got you. It's all about the county. Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, this is good. This is gonna answer a lot.
Does anybody else have anything? I will entertain a motion to sign payroll and claims.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Unanimous, and I will also entertain a motion to approve prior minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Unanimous. Amy, you need to check with the AIC and ask them why we didn't get a card for Charlie. I got one and Shane got one, but Charlie didn't get one.
Okay.
Charlie, I guess you've been fired.
Suppose.
Didn't even know you were in jeopardy, did
I
you?
didn't. Hadn't heard anything.
Anybody else got anything? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Unanimous. Thank you all for coming.
Hey, I'm back in business.
Oh, you got
He
one?
got his own.
Well, why